Hi Libra, welcome to your January 2024 Astro Tarotscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign, though if you're only going to watch one, make sure it's for your ascendant. It's going to be the most accurate for you on that day-to-day level. Remember, I use whole sign tropical Western astrology for those of you that would like to know. And the ascendant is this more accurate on that day-to-day level, right? Unless, you know, you've got like an unaspected sun, in which case that usually tends to show up quite strongly as well. Now, with that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. But if you are new to my channel and you want some of that Rafi love, hit the subscribe button so that you can get all of the new goodies that come out every week, every month, and for all of those special transits. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you all on your path to your highest vibrational good. So my dear Librans, this is you. Let's get into it. So the first transit that I would like to look at for you over the course of this month is Mars, the planet of action, energy, passion, excitation, is going to move into the sign of Capricorn, where Mars is exalted. Mars does good work here, right? And moving into your fourth house of home, family, property, real estate, and your deep emotional self. This is, okay, so there's your first card out. This is bringing a powerful energy into your home, right? Mars can be action, energy, passion, irritation, excitation, frustration, anger, annoyance. But if it's channeled, like say through its exaltation in Capricorn, this can go a long way. It can make you really proactive about getting shit done, right? So as Mars exalts in this space, even though it is exalted here, the fourth house is quite an emotional space of the chart. So you might find this is a little bit more intense for you. However, it's coming into the house of home and family. Now, DIY tasks, Mars moving through the fourth. If there are things that need to be fixed, things that need to be mended, if there are things around the home that you really want to get done, this is your moment. You've got 4 weeks. So on the 4th of the month, Mars moves into the sign of Capricorn. It's going to be there for about 4 or 5 weeks. Use this transit to the best of your advantage, right? This could help you create help you with the living space and create a more cohesive experience. This, along with the Sun and Pluto, which means there is a lot of attention at this time on this fourth house for you. In terms of your interpersonal home stuff, things could definitely be a bit more heated at this time. But here's the beauty of it. Because Mars is exalted in Capricorn, it's given the right track to do something with its energy, right? So while the conversations in the home and around the home can be a bit more intense, you can make more headway this month than you have in probably the last 6 to 12 months, right? The other thing with this as well, be mindful of what's really important. Mars is a severing energy and it rules your 7th house of relationships, and it also rules your finances, right? Your money house. So and it does suggest that you could be releasing an emotional tie that feels restricting in some way. Now you've got the Hierophant card, bigger, larger institutions or structures. You've got the Emperor card, which is literally the Aries energy, which represents for you your significant other if you have one. And you've got the Magician card, right? So I'm going to start, for those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, this is some incredible news that comes in from or through your partner. You've got the Magician card next to the Emperor, who is your partner. So for those of you that are married, especially those of you that are in true committed sort of relationships, and that's not to say that you're not truly committed if you're not married, you get my point, right? For those of you that carry that energy of having that solidified piece of paper bond, as well as everything else that it comes with, this could be some phenomenal news that comes in for your partner, your husband, your significant other. It also suggests there could be some kind of career advancement that comes in from them from a bigger or larger institution, especially if they're open to the idea of teaching or doing something along those lines, right? So this could be absolutely wonderful. I'm totally here for this. Mars exalted in that 4th house, I think, is going to bring some really good stuff. I'm here for it. Yeah, as I said, like, it could be for you guys, it might be a little bit more intense than most. But that's anybody that's going to have it in the 4th, the 8th, or the 12th, right? Anyone that's going to have it in those spaces, it can be a little bit more tense. But all in all, I'm totally here for it. On the 8th of the month, Mercury, Mercury in the sign of Sagittarius in your 3rd house is going to square Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 6th house, right? So your 3rd and 6th are facing off. Both of these carry an energy of the day-to-day experience, right? What we do on a day-to-day basis, how we communicate. Now, if this is a square, which is an energy of conflict, challenge, or issue, it's a square is an energy that makes you uncomfortable enough to say, screw this, I'm not having this experience again. Here's how we move forward, right? Now, if you're having a square in this space, it means that your daily grind, and also your physical health and vitality, the question becomes, are you going to toe the line, or are you going to start enacting your plans? This is, passive sort of movement versus active participation. Mercury for you rules your 12th house, and it also for you rules your 9th house, right? Which could mean that some idea that you have about the way that things should be done will be challenged, right? And because this is an energy of a square, and the 3rd house especially is a space of communication. You've got Mercury, which is the energy of communication. There could be some kind of miscommunication at this time, maybe in the work sphere, maybe in your local environment, or with colleagues and, chums, friends. Who even uses the word chum anymore, Raf? Get a fucking grip. Right? If that's the case, you might need to check your intention here, right? So that you can get people clear on what you're trying to say, just as I was, right? Like, who even uses the word chum anymore? No one. Right, so for this, you've got the Ace of Swords. Find the clarity in the conversation. You've got the Justice card, which is literally you. And then you've got, oh, I love that. Look. With the Two of Cups, right? So this is a new contract, a new commitment is being forged. The reason you've got this with the square between the 3rd and the 6th house, this is some kind of work, commitment, offer, or opportunity that comes up. Now, this transit window is from it comes exact on the 8th of the month. But the transit window is the 2 days before, the day of, and the 2 days after. So between the 6th and the 10th of the month, watch communications. And this combination basically says what you're being offered could be really good for you. Do not promise what you can't deliver. If you have any sort of inkling of, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see that through, this is not a time to promise the world and deliver a rock. If anything, say, I can deliver you a really nice polished semi-precious stone, but that's about it, and then present them with a diamond, right? Don't do it the other way around. There'll be no level for forgiveness on this, all right? Either which way, again, I really like the cards because they speak to whatever opportunity is potentially showing up for you here. But you just want to make sure that, you don't oversell or overplay your hand, okay? Love that. Now, on the 21st of the month, Pluto, the Lord of Change, Transformation, Destruction, Death, Rebirth, Regeneration, is coming into the sign of Aquarius, into your 5th house of pleasure, romance. It's a really interesting idea, isn't it? All that intensity of Pluto heading into a really light, happy, bubbly space in the chart with the 5th house, which is really lucky, right? Because there's a juxtaposition here. Pluto is power and control and secrets and transformation. The 5th house is light. It's pleasure seeking and fun and all of that. And it's also children. Now, one of the ways that this could show up, secrets around your children could show up at this time if you've got them. Pluto rules your 2nd house of money. So you might start getting really serious about investing, making money in ways that feel fun or maybe even taboo in some way, shape or form, right? This could see you maybe getting into the crypto sphere. Obviously do your due diligence, right? It could see you maybe investing in things that, I'll never forget. I dated someone and he was like, we're going to go to my friend's house. The house was absolutely massive and it was beautiful. He pulled me aside and said, do you know how he made his money? I was like, I don't know, printing porn mags. Right, like, I'm not suggesting that all Libras, I mean, I don't know, with Libras' attention to detail and eye for beauty, might be a way to go. I know there's a lot of people watching this like, what the fuck did he just say right now? But do you see what I mean? Like, this could be through that. You might, erotic fiction, all of that kind of stuff could be a really good way to go. So thinking outside the box, I guess, is what I'm trying to say when it comes to money making. Now, that aside, if you have children, there could be secrets coming to light around them. It might also get a little more intense with them. This is Aquarius energy, so I will say that this is probably a perfect time to start investing into the crypto sphere or the AI sphere. You could really clean up over the next 20 years if you start to really do the work on understanding this stuff. You might be able to get, you know, out of it what nobody else is. Now, for this, you've got the World card with the Four of Wands, very nice, and the Death card. Okay, so whatever your clubs, associations, sort of local hobbies, etc. are now, by the time this month is done, they will look very, very different. The World card with the Four of Wands suggests a new community, but in order to find new communities, sometimes we have to let the old ones go. So there is a shift happening here in who you hang around with and maybe even what you do for fun. The Four of Wands with the Death card, this could see you celebrating an ending or a completion of some sort as well around a fifth house matter. You know, another way that this could show up on a really sort of mundane, practical level, you know, all of our mums, you know, they always used to say to us, no, I don't want you hanging around with them anymore. They're no good for you, right? And 9 times out of 10, hate to admit it, but they were right. If you've got children and you've been trying to get them to stop hanging around with a certain person or certain people, etc., this could be where they actually listen to you and they break away from those bad influences. All right. Okay. And then finally, for your final transit that I would like to look at, Venus, the lady of pleasure, love, abundance, happiness, creativity, talents and skills. Venus, your ruling planet of you and obviously your 8th house as well, is moving into the sign of Capricorn, where at this point, excuse me, Mercury will also be here at this point. Mars is still here at this point, and so you've got this, suddenly you've got this big build-up of energy in your 4th house. This is 3 personal planets in your 4th house of home, family, property, real estate. Venus coming into the 4th is a welcome balm, right? She's bringing that soothing energy after Mars and, you know, Mercury, you know, have whipped the place up into a frenzy. Now Venus comes in. Right, so I wonder if some of you are it could potentially be a bit of an expensive time when it comes to the home, especially if you've been doing all kinds of DIY and fixing things up, because now Venus is like, right, okay, the bare bones structure is there, now let's make it beautiful, right? Let's really sort of make the house a home in a way. Venus comes in, your ruler, she starts to ease things up and slow them down. This could also be potentially some kind of financial blessing or endeavor that comes into the home. You might be making aesthetic changes at this time, and it's going to be because it starts to move into a trine to Taurus and to Jupiter, who's still in Taurus, should I say, and Uranus. There's a possibility that this could be some kind of money-making enterprise or endeavor, or some way to bring more money into the home through other people. Now, the other way that this could also show up as well is both in terms of your emotional and your psychic self. You might be getting a much deeper sort of understanding or look at things. So for this, you've got the Queen of Pentacles, or the Mother of Pentacles in this deck. You've got the 6 of Cups, love that. And you've got the Queen of Swords, right? So 2 queens represent sincere friends. So a good friend from your past, right? So 2 queens, sincere friend. 6 of Cups, the past. A sincere or a solid friend from your past could really play a pivotal role this over the course of this month, or should I say from here on in. to really help you enhance your finances or your resources, maybe to improve your home in some way. Maybe your friend is an interior designer. Maybe your friend is, has got a part-time job going that could really be a very nice boost to your income. So I love this. It's like someone or something from your past comes in at just the right time and it offers exactly what you need on that home front. So let's have a look at your lunations. On the 11th of the month, we will have the annual Capricorn new moon, and that is at 20 degrees. And this for you is in your fourth house, your home, your family, your property, your real estate. A fresh start on the home front, I think, is what's coming in, as well as a change or a shift point when it comes to your emotional self, right? This could be a new moon is a dark moon, but it's also a time to seed intentions. So I would use this time to really think about what you would like to welcome into your home sphere. Is it more peace? Is it more money? Is it more of the above or all of the above? Is it more intimacy? More clarity, whatever the case might be, this can be a really good time for you going after and getting it, right? And then, as if that wasn't enough, on the almost forgot your card. So your Human Design Oracle card for the full moon is, for the new moon, sorry, you've got the Gate 12 and Caution. And so your message here in around this new moon in the fourth house is to take things at a pace and sometimes you have to ruffle the feathers. Sometimes you have to be the authority for your children. Sometimes you have to tell your partner, hey, enough, get your shit together. Sometimes you have to be the hard line in the sand, right? And sometimes, because it's a new moon, sometimes you have to be willing to start again, whether that's to start the diet again, whether it's the healthy eating, whether it's right, from now on when we all sit at the family table to eat, with no more phones, right? Whatever it is, don't be afraid to start over, to set new routines and rituals into place, and also to set new traditions in place. All traditions have one thing in common. They all started somewhere, all right? So, your full moon is going to be in your 11th house, right? Friendships, social circles, the world at large, big social media groups, group associations, also benefactors. This full moon could be highlighting who wants to help you, but who can help you. That will be the difference between the two. It'll also be really highlighting to you what your new future plans, goals, desires, dreams, or hopes and aspirations for the future actually are, and how you can get after them. And for this, you've got the Gate 47 and Mindset. And so a shift in your mindset and how you see things is really what's going to be required of you in order to get ahead, right? And I actually like this because it does suggest that the responsibility is going to be on you at this time. So on the 25th of the month, when we have this full moon in the sign of Leo, it's not only going to highlight what your true sort of long-term aspirations and goals are for the future, it's also going to show you where you need to be responsible for them in order to say, okay, this is what needs to be done in order to see this through. All right. With that said, if you love the Astro Tarotscopes, then you can get a personal one with me. It's a 75-minute session where we sit down, we go through your chart, and then we look at the biggest transits that are coming up for you. If you want to get that or any of my other services, you can do so on the link in the description box below. If you are or should I say, let me know in the comments how your January of 2024 shapes up. With that said, take care and I'll see you soon.